Hey there, it's Perry with PapercraftingThreads. Thanks for joining me. Today, I have spooky sweet Halloween treat boxes. They use just half a sheet of cardstock each, so it's perfect for whipping up a batch for your favorite trick-or-treaters. Let's get started. I have a sheet of Blackberry Bliss cardstock measuring 5.5 by 8.5 inches. And on the long side, I'm going to score it at 1.25 inches and 7.25 inches. Turn it to the short side, score at 1.25, 2.5, 3.75, and 5. And hopefully you can see those score lines on here. I have the narrow panel down here and the wider ones up here. So cutting along this score line here, going up to the second one and cutting this off. And repeat on the other side. These 4 squares here are going to become tabs. This one will stay square. So I'm going to cut along here first to make that square, and then miter cut the tabs. And then shorten the tabs. And then repeat on this side. So the middle one stays square, and the ones on the ends become miters. And then shorten. Then it's time to fold in all of these score lines. They all go the same direction. Like that. Then all I need is my liquid glue. And we fold in. So I'm doing this one first, putting some adhesive on there, folding that over, and then adding more adhesive on top and folding this down. And I want to square that up. And just press and hold for a moment. And repeat on the opposite end. A little bit of adhesive there. Fold over. A little bit of adhesive here. And press down and square up. And this is why I like liquid glue for this, so I can adjust. And there is the box. It's perfect for Lindor truffles. And it's also perfect for this bone pen and a handful of other small candies. I have a piece of patterned paper from the Spooky Sweets Designer Series paper that measures 3 inches by 5 3/4 inches. And I'm making a belly band out of this. I'm just going to lay it on there. And I'm using my grid to line this up and get it straight. And I'm taking my scoring tool here she says, and I'm going to score here. And then I'm turning it. Keeping that lined up there. And scoring along here. Just helps to let that paper guide around there. And then turning it to each side and scoring. And lastly, this side. And folding on those score lines. And squaring that up if they're a little off. This becomes the bottom. Putting that around there and like that to make sure that it fits. And applying some glue here and folding that over and holding it for just a moment. Give it a little burnish with my fingertips and then turn it over to the front side. I have this great die cut from the Perfectly Pairs die set. I'm going to cut that out of Blackberry Bliss. And I have some die cuts that came with the Spooky Sweet Designer Series paper pack. And I have this beautiful petunia pop ribbon. Let's unspool a length here. And I'm just going to tie that into a knot. And trim it short. And then I'm using some glue on here. It doesn't matter if it goes through, I'm going to be covering it up. Let that hang off of there like that. And then with dimensionals, placing the perfume bottle on here. Move this ribbon up a bit. And adding this one with a bit of glue down here. And a dimensional at the top. And applying that to the front of that potion. And there you have it, an easy custom little box for all sorts of Halloween treats. And I made lots more versions of this. I have pumpkin pie, basic black, petunia pop, daffodil delight, and granny apple green. And all of the patterned papers and the die cuts came from that Spooky Sweet Designer Series paper pack, which you can find in my online store, by clicking the links in the description below.
Find written instructions over on my blog at. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up, subscribe, share, and thanks for watching. Bye!